Amber Tamblyn has risen through the Hollywood ranks with roles in hit TV shows and movies, taking cues from her father by following in his famous footsteps. She's also become an accomplished writer and poet, and she's now written her first novel, tied closely to her role in the Me Too movement.
A lot of people have sort of seen it as flipping the script or this idea of role reversal. For me, it was really about expanding the conversation around sexual violence and trying to find a way to resensitize us as a culture throughout the world as to the stories pertaining to sexual violence and harassment. And I feel like one of the ways to do that is to expand the conversation around the genders. And the fact of the matter is that sexual violence is not something that just afflicts women. It afflicts all genders.
Tamblyn's efforts to advocate for gender parity are closely tied to her own soul-searching journey about how these issues impacted her own career in Hollywood.
I started writing the book in 2016, and I was pregnant. And I was also a surrogate for Hillary Clinton's campaign for her run for the presidency. And so I was out campaigning a lot. I went to 35 states on her behalf, pregnant. And there was something that just changed in me being pregnant during that particular election with Donald Trump as a candidate. And it radicalized me in a way that it's almost hard to put into language. It radicalized me and made me just feel that it was more important to tell more difficult, complex, scary stories, at the risk of alienating myself.
Tamblyn is proud of her efforts so far and knows more work can be done to close the gender gap.
I still am not fully there at all, but I think that's part of the, again, the weaponizing and the change. And I think it just comes from spending so much time, as an actress and being so many different people for a living, that I've had to work extra hard to really identify the things that make me who I am, the qualities that make me unique in my voice, in my writing, in my work, even in my motherhood, and really stick to those at all costs, because I think uniqueness and perspectives of uniqueness are deeply lacking in our culture.